What is going on, guys? It is Wrestlelamia here, back with another video. Join us now as we look at this week's edition of the Red Brand, as well as the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know, including Shane McMahon spotted with AEW star, who will represent the Bloodline in the six-man tag, is WWE preparing to make the Royal Rumble 2 nights, a WWE star headed to AEW, was Sheamus visibly upset after Raw, and much more. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily wrestling videos, and follow us on Facebook for exclusive lists. Also check out our new videos on Wrestlelamia XL. As always, we won't recap the matches, but just look at the good, the bad, and the downright ugly. As always, we start off with the good as number 1, Chad Gable is everywhere. Has Chad Gable become a megastar despite a lack of singles gold or a main event push? Gable could be an example of a new type of megastar, an uppercard talent who doesn't need gold or main event wins to be one of WWE's elite. Gable seems to be everywhere, whether it's his problems with the Wyatt Six, his failed attempts to woo the Alpha Academy back to him, or his quest to win this year's Money in the Bank. The WWE Universe is enjoying Gable's work as he's versatile in playing comedy and drama, and doing so without wearing out his welcome. Number 2, Wyatt Six Cinema. So far, the Wyatt Six is a classic example of style over substance, as the group is based on spectacle and suspense. Every Wyatt Six appearance is masterfully filmed and brilliant. So far, the majority of WWE fans are loving it, and if the WWE can figure out a way to add some substance to the group, especially when they get into the ring, it will be successful. If not, fans will have to at least have a few months of mysterious vignettes to enjoy. Number 3, Bron Breakker is unstoppable, or is he? Can Sami Zayn stop Bron Breakker? The WWE has built Breakker up as an unstoppable force, so much that it appears his Intercontinental Championship match against Sami Zayn is a formality and he'll walk out of Money in the Bank with the title. However, the WWE is also setting things up for Sami to do what he does best, dig deep and rely on heart to retain. Whether this happens is unknown, but the WWE has used Breakker's force of nature status and Zayn's undeniable heart to make this a must-see match. Judgment Day intrigue still fresh. Is the Judgment Day gonna break up? That's the question the WWE Universe has been asking for months, and while it's certain Damian Priest is leaving in the near future, the WWE has managed to keep things fresh, particularly through Liv Morgan's recent involvement. Although they get carried away with breakup storylines, this one is an example of how to do things right. Number 5, excellent Money in the Bank qualifiers and fresh lineup. This year's Money in the Bank qualifiers have been spectacular, with an amazing array of superstars making their matches one of the highlights of Raw and SmackDown. Even better, this year's entrants are wrestlers who will benefit from competing in the matches thanks to the exposure it gives them and the likelihood that someone unexpected will win the all-important briefcase. And strong build-up for Saturday's show. It was encouraging to see the WWE hype Saturday's PLE so well on Raw. Money in the Bank, like the Royal Rumble, is a must-see show due to the stipulation matches, but they made sure to remind fans that there are other important matches on the show and that they'll be disappointed if they miss it. A promotion should never take anything for granted, no matter how well it's doing, and last night's hype was a good sign for the WWE overall. But that was good. What about the bad? Is number 1, Dominic vs. Rey came out of left field. Last night's Dominic vs. Rey Mysterio was an entertaining bout, but why did the WWE take what should have been a PLE level match and book it with a little build-up? And by the way, when we say little build-up, we mean that it has cooled off for some time. Now we understand the match was more about the Liv Morgan-Dominic storyline, but the WWE could have easily booked Dirty Dom against someone else, rather than turning what should have been always a marquee match into a throwaway bout. And number 2, are the announcers that stupid? As good as the Wyatt Six storyline has been, you gotta wonder why the WWE has Michael Cole acting like an idiot in not recognizing Nikki Cross. It's obvious who she is, and while announcers have traditionally been portrayed as the last people to figure things out, the WWE's new style of storytelling should get rid of this tired trope. At least have Cole suggest there was something familiar about her. Now, there was nothing downright ugly. This was another solid Raw that balanced angles, promos, and matches into an entertaining 3 hours. If Raw can keep producing shows like this, it will prove that 3 hours of wrestling isn't inherently bad, and it's just a matter of programming. But what do you guys think of the Red Brand last night? Let us know in the comments down below. Now let's move on to the news. Now our first story looks at Shane McMahon spotted with an AEW star. Is Shane McMahon headed to AEW? What was once dismissed as a wild rumor seems much more, particularly after Shane McMahon was spotted at an airport with current AEW TBS champion Mercedes Moné. A recent report from PW Insider is certain to have fans buzzing about Shane possibly working in AEW. PWInsider.com has confirmed with multiple sources that AEW, TBS, and New Japan Pro Wrestling Strong Women's Champion Mercedes Moné was seen this morning with Shane McMahon at LaGuardia Airport in New York City. Where things get interesting is a report on what the two were discussing. We were told that each were seen speaking on their way to the respective flights. One source, when PWInsider.com reached out to confirm whether the story was true, confirmed that they did have a conversation about AEW. Just what the conversation about AEW concerned is unknown, and it raises a question whether this story is a leak to encourage speculation that Shane is headed to AEW. It seems unlikely Shane and Mercedes would have a conversation in public about McMahon appearing in AEW or something similar. On the other hand, if AEW wanted to build curiosity, a so-called overheard conversation could do so. Whatever the case, fans will wonder if there's any substance to the rumors of Shane McMahon working in AEW. What do you guys make of this story? Let us know in the comments down below. Next up, Ricochet AEW update. While Shane McMahon's status with AEW is uncertain at best, that's not so with Ricochet, as Fightful Select is reporting the former WWE superstar is expected to work in AEW. The Patreon site notes that Ricochet's contract expired on 1st July, which is why fans didn't see him at Sunday's Forbidden Door pay-per-view. If the report is accurate, fans could see Ricochet as soon as Wednesday at Dynamite. As for Ricochet's fiancée Samantha Irvin, the report noted she's believed to be staying with WWE. Next up, who will represent the Bloodline in a 6-man tag? The Bloodline is set to square off against Cody Rhodes, Kevin Owens, and Randy Orton this Saturday, but which 3 members of Solo Sikoa's revamped Bloodline will work the match? While Meltzer mentioned on the recent Wrestling Observer Radio, I was told it's probably Tama Tonga, Tonga Loa, and Solo Sikoa, but they could easily put in Jacob Fatu in the last minute. Now it's unknown whether Jacob Fatu's criminal record will affect his entry into Canada. Next up, WWE preparing to make the Royal Rumble a 2-night event? Is the WWE considering turning the Rumble into a 2-night event? Right now, the only PLE that runs 2 nights is Wrestlemania, but that will change in 2026 when SummerSlam becomes a 2-night event. The WWE's current blockbuster success, including how profitable WrestleMania 40 was, has reportedly led to talk about expanding the Rumble. According to Fightful Select Sean Ross Sapp, we've not been told of the Royal Rumble expanding to 2 nights. When I asked WWE sources about that, I was told, well, obviously the Royal Rumble is constructed to where it could be 2 nights. We could run one match one night and run the other match the following night. Although the WWE is expanding its revenue sources with options such as partnerships with Fanatics and looking to get municipalities to pay for the rights to host Raw and SmackDown, they haven't rushed into things, so any expansion will likely come at a measured pace. The only downside to this is what the WWE does if wrestling experiences a slowdown in popularity. Would this lead to them scaling back shows from 2 nights to 1? Next up, Sheamus visibly upset on Raw. Was Sheamus legitimately upset following his loss to Drew McIntyre on Raw's Money in the Bank qualifier? Ringside News recently commented on Sheamus' reaction after the bout. After the match, Drew McIntyre walked away confidently, leaving Sheamus visibly disappointed. Sheamus' music played as he received a warm reception from the fans, showing him immense respect despite the loss. Now, there are many reasons for Sheamus' reaction, including genuine disgust at jobbing, but it looks like the Celtic Warriors merely selling his loss, the beginning of a new storyline for him. Next up, a WWE star headed to AEW. Is Natalya leaving the WWE? Well, Fightful Select is reporting that Natalya was not present at Raw. As previously reported, Natalya's WWE contract ends sometime this summer, and the Queen of Hearts has removed WWE references from her social media. Are both sides playing hardball in negotiations? Well, fans will have to wait and see, but it's well known that AEW is very interested in signing Natalya, so fans could see her becoming all elite. And finally, more WWE superstars working in other promotions. Last but not least, add the Creed brothers of Julius and Brutus to the growing list of WWE superstars working in other promotions. Bloodsport's Josh Barnett recently informed fans on X that from the amateur wrestling match to the ring of NXT, this pair of brutes are now storming their way to the Bloodsport mat. Brutus and Julius Creed are coming to Josh Barnett's Bloodsport 11. What do you guys think of this latest collab between WWE and another promotion? Let us know in the comments down below, and I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.